Hey guys, welcome to Skate Tank. I'm Jeff, this is Tanner, and we're here representing SkateView.
What is a SkateView?
Alright, so we make action camera mounts that go underneath skateboards so that you can film with your GoPro all of your awesome tricks.
Throw one out for each one of you guys to take a peek at.
Nice packaging.
I like it.
So when you first get your SkateView, you're going to see that the action camera mount is in the very center. Then as you pull it out, you're going to see all of your hardware. We have an Allen wrench / Phillips head screwdriver. It also comes with a drill bit and 2 bolts, one for Allen and one for Phillips. So how you're going to set it up is you're going to take your deck and take out the drill bit. Then you're going to insert it into your drill.
I love the drill bit. We always need those.
No one has to worry about going to the store and buying their own, it's all there.
You're gonna put a hole in that.
I am. SkateViews can be mounted anywhere on your board. I personally like to have mine towards the back on the tail.
And you have that on the nose.
Yes.
How do you heel flip?
That does bother me quite a bit.
Does drilling into the deck compromise the integrity of the board at all?
I've skated tons of stuff with it and I have not broken one board with the SkateView on it.
If anyone does break their board and the fracture goes right through the hole, we'll give them a new one for free.
You're going to center it in between your 2 bolts because if you don't, it's going to drive you nuts. At least it drives me nuts.
Just like,
Wait, was that a pun?
It was not a pump, but
That was good.
and then you just. If you press too hard, it will like push out a piece of like a little splinter.
Okay.
So you have to go slow and just let the drill do its own work. I skate Allen hardware, so I'm going to grab the Allen bolt.
Oh, so you got both in here, Allen and screwdriver. All right. I see what you got going on.
So the next step is going to be grabbing your piece of hardware and inserting it into the hole that you just drilled. Then you're going to grab your SkateView. You're gonna stick it on like this. You're gonna grab that nifty little tool. So then you're gonna want to make sure it's centered so you get it the best shot possible, and then just start tightening it down.
Can I just see if it adds any weight?
Almost no weight.
I guess the real test is if you can land a kickflip.
Those are little felt patches that you put in here. Once it goes in there, it is not moving at all. It's completely centered.
So it's 0.62 pounds or 4.5 ounces.
So next to put your camera in, you're going to unscrew this little piece off the back. And if you look closely, you can see it has a little rubber grommet. That rubber grommet is to keep the back door from doing this.
Oh, so it shakes around.
It'll rattle, but as soon as you put this little guy on with the grommet, it keeps it from rubbing.
Put active pressure on it so it won't rattle and it won't unthread.
So with that on, no rattling.
I don't know if you guys saw, but Doug Desautel's, we made him some special ones. He has blue and red because he likes blue and red. We decided to launch with just black and silver, but there are more colors. We can do like a cool tie-dye color. They've got a gold one.
I'd be down with some Laker colors.
Does this work with all GoPro models?
This works with all the Hero 4s, so the Hero 4 Black, Hero 4 Silver, all of those, and then all of the Hero 3s. We're working currently on the Hero 5. We're doing a new model.
Is the 5 bigger or smaller?
It's slightly bigger.
Slightly bigger.
The 5 and the 6 are waterproof, and the lens actually is built onto the camera itself. So in the next version, you won't actually have this lens. It'll be just an open hole because the lens will be built part of the camera.
Okay, so you know already that the 5 is not bigger this way?
Yeah.
It is bigger that way.
It is a hair bigger that way.
Interesting.
It is a hair bigger that way.
But you still have enough clearance here with the trucks and wheels.
You should be.
With this one, you can do pretty much any grind trick except for Smiths and Feebles. Doug has done it where he's drilled his front and his back, so depending on what trick he wants to do, he'll switch it to the front. So when he did his Smiths and Feebles, he would move it up here, and then he could do it all.
Do you always have to have it facing like this way? Can you have it facing like sideways?
You could put it however you want.
That's the nice thing about having the single point attachment system is you can move it anywhere you want. You can put it over there, you can put it over there, you can do it
So if you
anywhere.
turn it sideways, you could probably feeble.
Place your camera in the case, shut it down.
So that's it.
That's it. It's been a long time in the make.
Because it's mounted with a single screw, you don't have to worry about an adhesive failure or a sticky failure. So if you say, a lot of people put stuff on their motorcycles, they put it on their helmets. You can mount it to the rear fender of motocross. Or we're working on them for snowboards, we're working on them for putting on wakeboards.
Razor scooters.
That's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to say anything.
Right.
We have concepts for a magnet. If you're skating downtown, just put the magnet attachment on there, throw it up on the pole, shoot your shot, take it off. So there's a lot of versatility with this. The other thing that's cool is that we're making an adapter that can screw into the bottom of this. All your regular GoPro mounts that you normally have, this will adapt into them just like normal.
When you make the wakeboard one, the snowboard one, are you going to call it something different?
That is not yet fully developed yet.
Okay.
Who started this?
So I was sitting in the parking lot with my dad, and we actually turned on one of your videos of you cutting off the plastic fins and then gaffer taping it to the bottom of your board and skating through San Francisco. So I saw that and I thought it was really cool. So I wanted to do it, and then I asked my dad if we could go to Best Buy and get a mount, and he said just go get the mount, but then I told him they didn't have one.
Well, we bought a housing.
A GoPro. Okay,
GoPro.
that's right.
Yeah, we bought
I
a GoPro
remember this
housing.
video. So this is much less duct tape is involved with this.
You don't get any residue on your board. It's easily mounted. It can be mounted and set up within about, as shown by the demonstration, about a minute. And once you take it off, it takes even less time versus having to cut the duct tape and unwrap it and do all that.
This is like generation 5. You remember this one?
Oh, wow.
So-
I do remember that.
This is like generation 3, and it goes back to, you should have seen some of our very early ones. We were working with Velcro and some different things. It's been a really fun thing with me and my son to go through and just troubleshoot. Hey, let's try it. Didn't work, so let's try something else. And that's why we finally have the final skate view, which is much more versatile, much more functional.
How old are you?
I'm 15.
15 years old. You guys kind of built this together.
He started this when he was 13.
And how long you been skateboarding for?
4 years.
Wow. And how long you been skateboarding for?
I haven't. But my background is always, I love coming up with concepts and innovations, and I'm like, if they don't have it, that's awesome, because then we can build something to make it work.
So you're kind of just like always
I'm the
thinking-
idea guy.
And you're kind of like the skate guy.
I'm the tester. I test
Tester.
everything / give him feedback.
When I think of this and I see the real value, I see it almost in like you and your ideas. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like what can he come up with next that is we're gonna like create this new thing. Because in skateboarding, there is not a lot of like new, innovative, like here's the newest thing. Except for like, you know.
Suspension trucks.
When did this company launch?
This launched as of Cyber Monday of 2017.
You guys sell all of these just through a website?
Correct. Currently, we sell them all online on skateview.com. Our big thing is been putting stuff into development, putting stuff into packaging, putting stuff into the product and all that kind of stuff. We haven't done a huge focus yet on the marketing part, which is where all the magic happens.
Okay.
We ship directly, free shipping on the product.
Free shipping?
Free shipping.
Anywhere?
Anywhere.
And you didn't like...
Within the US.
Okay.
Do you ship internationally too?
Yes. Anywhere that UPS, FedEx goes.
You guys launched this about 2 months.
We just wanted to get it out there. He's a social media guy, I'm not. And I think that's another reason why I was excited about this whole product, is because the kids today are all into social media. Old
Yeah.
guys like me, I'm not. But you don't have to be awesome at anything to be in social media. I still want to find someone to have this on a mega ramp. I think the picture would be amazing. So there's that
Yeah,
picture.
clearly Lance will mega ramp this.
You do that for us, Lance?
We'll talk after the show.
There's that to the 7-year-old little girl that just got her first skateboard and she's riding down her driveway.
Yeah.
It's all cool footage.
That's true.
And everyone has an Instagram site. Everyone's got a, what are the other ones? The other thing that we can show you guys that's pretty cool, and this is the part that's neat, is you've got a case like this. And this, from a dad's point of view, this is why I did it. You guys seen the Scheckler video going through New York City with the GoPro? Dude, that's cool, but I just bought you this camera for $300 and some, and it's taped underneath your thing, and I'm not gonna let you do that kind of thing. But when you have something like this, you've got a $400 camera, right? Because you might have a scrape on your case somewhere, but your camera's
less.
totally fine.
Can you do like ollie on a skateboard and land on this on a rail? Have you done
Yeah,
that?
I have
like
done
a few
that
lip
before.
slides.
You've
I've
done
done
that?
that.
And
I've
it
skated
didn't break.
handrails with it and it hasn't break.
It didn't
broken.
smash.
The other nice thing about it is I've also seen people that don't even put the case like you did. They'll just take their GoPro and directly put it on and then duct tape it.
Yeah.
So the lens is completely vulnerable versus ours has a built-in lens protection system to where if it were to get broken or cracked or something, you could just replace this part versus having to buy a completely new camera because your lens is scratched.
Interesting. Now, what's the price point on this? How much does it cost to get this whole piece? How much does that run?
$59 with free shipping.
If I go into Target today and I want just the plastic GoPro case, how much is that?
$49.99.
We were gonna price it at $49.99. We made the decision to do it with free shipping because people go into carts and they abandon carts all the time, right? Because they get it and then all of a sudden you get to the checkout and you're like, I'm not paying $12, right? And so that way it's no surprise.
What is the thing that you guys need to like make this thing go?
We need exposure.
So you're not actually looking for like an investment in terms of dollars and cents.
Again, this whole thing is a cool skateboarding company, but it's also an opportunity for me to teach Tanner something about business. I'm just excited that it's in skating. It's something he loves, and we get to do it together. And that's where the synergy, us working with someone else and giving someone else share and making them motivated, hey, we can do this together. We're looking for a long-term partner that can really just blow this thing up.
So did you guys have a proposal to bring to us, and like what you wanted from us? I just gotta say that like, because the whole father-son thing, that's just like incredible. Like I wanna work with you guys just because of that. It's like the son that I never wanted, Lance.
We are seeking $23.5 million for 0.5%.
He couldn't do it.
Can we just cut it up to a whole percent? I'm not really good at math. I'm not totally sure on the math on this, but that's you're basically telling me that your company at this time is worth $2.3 billion. Would that be a
It's close.
Okay.
We're opening markets in Venezuela.
I'm gonna have to talk about this with Doug.
That is the flip side, because that's another thing that we want to make sure that we address.
Yeah.
Is Doug.
Tell me everything.
Doug has been really nice with helping us out, so I would really like to eventually start working with him.
Yeah.
We've been talking to him about doing a pro model, have his name on it and do all that, so I do want to have him still quite involved.
So you basically want to cut Doug into the company somehow.
You're gonna add Doug in. I want you to add a couple million to this figure.
We want to have his back because he's been amazing to us. I mean, he's
And you've seen Doug's back.
Yeah. No, I have not seen Doug.
You haven't?
I have not seen Doug.
Are you sure you want Doug's back as part of the company?
Okay, so we're good on that. We're good on that. How would we be able to help you guys?
My ideal would be to go into something more as a equal. You do what you're strong at, we do what we're strong at. We've brought a lot of the R&D, a lot of the intellectual product, a lot of the patent stuff that's coming along. And I think that the sky's the limit for getting this out there to get, if people see it and like it, it can really go. So I'm open to even going as high as splitting.
Like, what do you mean when you say splitting?
In business,
Yeah.
and you guys know this,
Yeah.
51% controls. The only reason why, the other part that I want to teach Tanner on this, and we didn't do this with our other company, being upstanding, being, good in everything we do, and the whole.
It's about keeping your values
It's
intact.
about everything, right? So that's the only thing when it comes to the business stuff that I would want to make sure that we have
That agreement.
some agreement in there that kind of thing.
So you guys would want to have at least a 51%. So what were you thinking that we would do?
This was my proposal, and we didn't talk about anything off camera. This is all raw, which is
That's
what
what
you
I'm
like,
talking
which is
about.
what you wanted. If you guys ever watched Shark Tank.
Never seen it.
Never seen it?
Never heard of it.
So we have put in, speaking tangibly, we've put in about $15,000 over 2 years. What we were going to propose is that we would take all of that time and stuff that we put into it, and if you guys could come in and match all the tangibles that we put in for the amount of money that we've put in, we would split the company with you guys 51%, 49%, but we would split revenue with you 50-50.
Right.
So to me, what we're looking for is we're looking for a $15,000 investment up front in exchange to ownership in every direction where we're going. 51% would be retained for us for those decisions. 49 would be for you, split between you guys, but then the revenue that comes in, we would split 50-50.
So a full 15,000 cash, or the 15,000 cash is equated into like marketing that we would do?
Our view was the 15 would be investing into the company cash. Just so you guys know, inventory-wise, we have 1,000 of these boxes. We have 300 skate views already done, and again, that's got a value right there of $7,000-8,000 just there that immediately would be turned over as part of that 50% that you guys would own. So it wouldn't be a total of 15,000. It would be 15,000, but you would have about 8,000 to 8,500 in inventory on the shelf. Put it this way: the 15,000 that you would invest into SkateView, once the first shipment that we have at the house sells out, it would recoup everything.
Gosh, what do you think, investors?
So we've cut the figure down from 23.5 million.
To 15,000 for 49%.
Okay.
Do we need to have a short meeting with the Sharks? Wow.
I'm definitely down to promote the product and help them sell it, and then obviously if we're partners, receiving some of the benefits. But
I guess the question
don't
is
do any kind of business administration at all.
clearly. I mean, your notes there. Oh, you wrote down Fetty Potter was one of your notes. And that, what does that even mean? And then you wrote bananas have potassium. What does that mean? I drew a cat and then Fetty made like a teardrop next to it. I forgot why I wrote Velcro.
So anyway, that's my thoughts on it.
So I guess the real question for us would be like, how do we fit this into the regular like thing that we already do? Put a poster on the wall.
If like you make We Skated actually last, you can put it on the bottom of that, you know, like a weird board.
Yeah.
It makes me want to get a GoPro though.
As things develop, we could see what else we could do.
The thing that I really want to know is like, I want to know how many of these have they sold? You know, and then it's kind of hard to say because with no marketing, they could have sold none, and then it's like, of course they sold none, they didn't market at all. I'm really going to need to talk with my accountant on this before I make any like solid decisions.
So Mario?
We thought about it long and hard. What would you guys use the money for?
Probably starting to do more R&D with the wakeboard and some of the other products.
Let's say we made an investment and then we wanted to sell it through our own website. How would we get the product?
If you guys wanted to warehouse the stuff here, sell it from here, we would be okay with that. You guys probably have a better shipping deal. So I would be totally open if that's something that you guys wanted to do, is we could just have it drop shipped here and then ship out of one warehouse.
Yeah, it's funny because our main problem in running everything is time. How do we work it into the schedule? So here's kind of what we were thinking as like an initial, like what we could do from our end of it would be a sign on the wall, monthly Braille Army video, which that should be very easy. And that would like then say, hey, get your SkateView camera, etc. That could push. We would want to sell on our websites because Lance here, he runs the main Braille channel. Obviously he is like so busy that for us to go like, we're gonna do a video every month. And he goes like, wow, I can't commit to that.
Not saying that it couldn't happen. It's just sometimes you don't know what's going to happen in the month, and so we're thinking if there's a good opportunity to incorporate it into a video, we would.
We would need you guys to actually call us out and say like, hey, we didn't get in like a monthly video. And then what I was thinking that would make it easy is that you could come and film with us, and that would just be like, you know, because he's a good skater and he can do a lot of tricks. Fetty was saying he could put it on the board and he does a nose slide in basically every video, and it becomes like the thing, like the SkateView nose slide cam, which I thought was smart, and I would like to see that. But it just like naturally, seamlessly like put into the video. The big thing on this that I don't know, let's say we just market this until we're blue in the face, but we still don't make enough sales. That's the risk factor. Which could happen, probably wouldn't. We could probably make that work, but you just never know if there's like, if that's like a really needed thing, you know? Or if people just go with the duct tape. So then we thought we would help with this social media campaign, because we do have like a strong social media team, pushing it out on all those lines. And then putting together the team, which Doug would clearly be a part of the team. And I think having a wider team, just as wide of a team as we can, and we send those guys these and we say, we're gonna send this to you if you will do a video. The part that's kind of like hardest for us right now is the cash up front. So we were thinking with 5,000 cash, that's coming down from 15 to 5, but adding in like the guarantee of the sign on the wall, the monthly Braille Army video, which all those things would cost money. So it's kind of like taking the cost of what we would charge a company for that and adding it in there. But then of course it's like, what if we do a sign on the wall and we do a monthly video? You never know, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's kind of our counter offer after Lance beat me down with all of his like,
Negativity.
his commitment issues are like just very thin.
Can we have 5 seconds right there?
You guys take all the time you need.
Okay. We came all the way down here because we want to work with you guys. And I told him whatever it takes to work with you guys, we're going to walk out with that. The flip side to him is teaching him the whole concept of what you've done for the last 2 years, what you've put into stuff, what you've done, all that stuff. The percentage makes a difference. So I would say that if we're going to drop the percentage by a third, we wouldn't necessarily need to drop the percentage from 49 a third down, but what would you think if we dropped it from 15 to 5 if we went from 49% to 40%?
So all of the things with the $5,000 cash, and then we have 40%, and then how we do the profits share.
We would own 60% of the company, and then we would split profits equal the same way, 40-60.
40-60, 60-40.
That would be the counter from dropping from 15 to 5.
Man, these guys are tough. Woo! We have to actually like put a contract in writing, like all this agreements and everything. My big thing is like, what if we just market, and we don't sell? And then what if we market, and we sell like really well? I do like the idea of being 49%, 51%, and I would never want to take away your guys' ownership. So I would think that we could have like a part in the contract where, like, let's say we launch that first month and the sales go great, then we still have the option to put in another 10 and be 49%.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That was actually going to be my second counter. Because at the end of the day, we want to walk out of here working with you guys. Getting in with people that can help us get this thing going is worth, but part of teaching business is also you got to negotiate. You can't just, so. But I think either way you go, it's going to be a good decision.
Last question.
Yeah.
Will you do a kickflip manual with it?
Oh man. I haven't skated in like 17 years. Yes. Let's make a deal.
Great, I'm excited to work with you guys.
All right, cool.
It's great to meet you guys. You guys are awesome.
Likewise.
And let's make this into something, huh?
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. That was really awesome.
Thank you.
It was really cool that you guys had the courage to come and like present this whole thing, and you guys have been working on it. I think that's really, 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 really cool. We want to hear from you guys what you guys thought about this. This is a whole new series, a whole new episode that we'll do. And if any of you guys out there have a company or a brilliant idea or a crazy thing that you thought of and you want to come and present it to us here on The Skate Tank, send an email to us, skatetank@brailleskateboarding.com, and we'll check out your idea. Lance will thoroughly think about it for many hours, and he will contemplate very hard what you thought about your think, and then we'll all think. Please subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Definitely check out Skateboarding Made Simple. It's available on all these platforms, iBooks, brailleskateboarding.com, and Google Play. It's the most comprehensive video we've ever made, and it teaches skateboarding better than anything else out there. You won't be disappointed.